Hello and welcome. It's Thursday. It is 10:30. It is the 30th day of September 2021. It is my brother's birthday, so happy birthday, brother. Take a moment to support his charity if you're feeling generous. That's Team Prime Time here in California. Today is the first day of Origins Game Fair 2021. We didn't have an Origins last year because of, that thing. But today it begins. So this is Origins 2021. It's being held in Columbus this year. We have some information on some of the games that are going to be playing and premiering. Of course, Dungeons & Dragons will be played there. Pathfinder will be played there. Some Kickstarters will be shown off there. Some new games will be previewed. We might have some more news from what various companies are up to. Origins used to be a pretty big game fair, not as big as Gen Con, but definitely a lot of information always comes out of this. And as we're going into the holiday season, and since we have no idea what to expect in regards to shipping, it's a good time to take a look at what is going to be available to us or what plans are. So amongst the games that are being play tested or whatever, we have Chew, the role-playing game. This is Imagineering Games has somehow gotten the rights to the comic book Chew, and they are making a role-playing game based on Chew. If you're not familiar with the role-playing, with the comic book Chew, the main character is Tony Chew, and he gets psychic impressions from anything he eats. So often that means he can see its history. To solve a murder, he just needs to eat some of the corpse. Simple and gross. The comic expands from that baseline, running the concept until there are vampires and super chickens and lots of food. Except foodie's friends and foodie foes, to be the prime content of this convention game. And you also get a chance to meet the author of the comic book and the adventure game. So imagine having that as a superpower. You bite something, eat something, and you get a psychic impression about it, including its history. So every time you eat a sandwich, you know everything about that meat, that bread, that mayonnaise. Bite a dead body, get a clue on how it died. Bite a bank vault and know who picked it. That's just, it's such a weird idea, but it's a great comic book. If you've never had the chance to read it, it's just totally bizarre. A role-playing game based upon it. Is there a market for that? I don't know. Because, does that mean every character gets a weird superpower, or you're just following in the footsteps of this one character? I don't know. And it uses Forged in the Dark, which a lot of people say is a great system and other people say is an awful system. Also, we have Few and the Cursed RPG being premiered there. This is from Rock Matter Games. This is called this is based upon another comic book series tabletop role-playing game. The Few and the Cursed features an alternate 1910s that is 70 years post the apocalypse in a world rolled back to the Wild West where water is gone and demon roams. So demonous, weird West, Lovecraft post-apocalypse, but set in the 1900s. Okay. Hey, Mothership is going to be showing up at Origins story game. Columbus is going to be there. They're going to be running some stuff for Mothership, probably giving away some stuff. Mothership is the 2019 Emmy Award winner. It's a space horror campaign, sort of OSR stuff. So aliens, deep, stuff like that. We have from Fragging Unicorn Games. Okay, that's a great name. We have Misspent Youth, the role-playing game being premiered at Origins this week. This is a sci-fi dystopian future RPG in which you and your teenage friends rebel against an oppressive regime. The table gets to build the bad guy, and then they work together to stop that. I like that. So I guess Misspent Youth used to belong to a different company. Then that company folded, and a new company picked up the intellectual property, and they're permitting it. So if you want punk rock kids fighting a dystopian future against a bad guy that you and your fellow players make up, here we go. Also, we have The Excellence from Ninth Level Game being premiered at Origins. This is a demo of the Powered by Polymorph system and setting. This is created by Chris O'Neill and Adele Wilson. The Excellence is a, power princess, magical girl, She-Ra type game where all the characters are, princesses who also have secret identities as super powered individuals. Now, I remember a friend of mine doing a game a couple years ago called Princess Quest, which was basically the same thing, and it went over really well. So I wonder if the Chris O'Neill is the guy I knew who made this. I never knew his last name, so it could have been the same Chris. We'll see. Also being premiered at Origins this week, we have From Lurking Fears, Cult Divinity Lost. So this is a customized versions of Powered by the Apocalypse system that tells the tale of the edges of the realities and what you find when you look beyond the corners of the world. It's Cult has been around for a long time. It's very World of Darkness, Chronicles of Darkness, very much, urban horror, what lurks in the shadows, modern day scary stuff. From Angry Bob Games, we have an adventure called Shadow of the Demon Lord. Shadow of the Demon Lord is a game, I think. And then the adventure is called Shadow of the Demon Lord. I can't tell if this is an adventure or a game. All I know is it's something called Shadow of the Demon Lord. It's a revised edition. It's by Robert J. Schwab. It's from Angry Bob Games. It's been highly recommended. It's a really good adventure. It's got a picture of what looks like Orcus standing on there, bashing people over the head with a big old hammer. But other than that, I can't tell from the description if this is an adventure for a game or an actual game. Is there a role-playing game called Shadow of the Demon Lord? It sounds familiar. From Lurking Fears, we have a role-playing game called Dread. Dread is the game where you use the Jenga tower as a randomizer. Dread was really popular for a little bit a couple years ago, then it disappeared. And now it looks like it's making a return. So I guess this might be the second edition of Dread. So instead of using dice in this game, you use a Jenga tower. And if the Jenga tower topples, bad things occur. From Green Ronin and Matinee Adventures, we have Mutants and Masterminds. They're doing the Titan City Chronicles, Big Trouble in Little Moscow. Green Ronin's, of course, Mutants and Masterminds, considered one of the best superhero role-playing games to come out of the OGL, especially with the current edition. So right now they are pushing their new Mutants and Masterminds Deluxe Handbook and their new teeny Titan City Chronicles setting. So we'll have people from Green Ronin there and Matinee Adventures doing Powered by the Mutants and Masterminds super-powered fun. Always good to have some super-powered fun at a convention. In addition, we'll have Chaos Team will be there, Steve Jackson Games will be there, Ninth Level Games will be there, Atlas will be there, Infinite Black will be there, GUI Cube will be there. Interesting, GUI Cube will be there. And there'll probably be representatives from Wizards of the Coast, Paizo, and the other, I guess that's it. But who knows? We could have lots of surprises. It's always interesting to see post last weekend with all the weirdness that we were told about Dungeons and Dragons. If Wizards of the Coast will show up at Origins and if they will have new information for us, or if they're going to continue to, gaslight us with their vague hints. If Paizo will show up and what Paizo has planned for 2022, especially after the announcements this weekend from Wizards of the Coast. And of course, all these companies are now thinking, how are we going to react to whatever Wizards of the Coast is doing in 2022? Because it's going to be a paradigm shift. Or it's not. We don't know. Anyways, if any of these sound interesting to you, and you're in Columbus, head on over to Origins and check them out. If you're not anywhere near Columbus, that's no biggie. Most of these games you can find more information about at your friendly local game store. That's Cess Games Anime here in Ventura. Mothership is already in print and can be gotten for really cheap from drive-thru, or you can order it from your friendly local game store. That's Cess Games Anime here in Ventura. Colt has already been out for a while, so if that's a game you feel like supporting, again, you can pick it up through drive-thru. You can order a physical copy from your friendly local game store. Dread, I guess this is Dread's second edition. Again, copies of that can be found on drive-thru or through your friendly local game store. And of course, Mutants and Masterminds has been around for a very long time and is considered by many to be the best superhero role-playing game that came out of the OGL. And again, you can pick that up through the company's website or through your friendly local game store, which, once again, is Cess Games Anime here in Ventura. So if any of those products sound like something you want to support, there you go. I'm sure we'll have more news from Origins as the days progress. Till then, I am your tabletop role-playing guide to all the news, weather, and sports of the hobby. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you don't appreciate this content, let me know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs. Till next time, have a great weekend. Have a great October. Whoa, spooky, 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 spooky. And I'll spook to you later. See what I did there? Spook to you. And yes, chew. My superpower is if I eat something, I know its history. Hamburger. Yeah.